welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing a review of my STIHL br500. So I bought this second hand last week off eBay and I paid £160 for it. So it was kind of a bargain, and I've wanted a backpack leaf blower for a couple of years now, and I'm picking up more work, more sort of bigger properties with more leaf blowing involved, so it was kind of a bit of a no-brainer really. So it's a 2017 model, and as you can see it's not in the best cosmetic condition. It did have a sticker on top here that said two-stroke mix only, so, and it was absolutely covered in dirt and oil and paint and everything, so it has been used. The previous owner was a commercial operator, so it hadn't been looked after the best, which is why it's not the best looking blower, but mechanically it's absolutely fine. It goes first pull, and today I did a service, so it's had new air filter, new spark plug, and new fuel filters in it, and I've done the valves as well. The valves have been adjusted properly, so mechanically it's absolutely fine, and it starts first pull and runs perfectly. It's just cosmetically it's not the best looking, but it looks a lot better than it did since I've cleaned it. So let me walk you through some of the features on it. So it's got a really big fuel tank. I'll tell you the specs in a minute, but really big fuel tank. Primer bulb, choke, which is a auto return choke. So when you squeeze the trigger, choke will go to switch to run. So foot plate, super handy for starting it, stop it jumping up in the air at you. Carry handle, around. Control handle, can't really see it, but push to, so auto return, stop switch, so you just push it down and it will stop and it automatically comes up again. And cruise control. Nice big straps. Only thing I will say is these straps are a little bit uncomfortable. They're not the thickest of straps, so they are quite uncomfortable. Back bit here, that's fairly thick, so that's quite comfortable. It hasn't got like a chest belt or a hip belt, which is one thing I might put on it just to make it more comfortable to use. That's pretty much all it has on it really. I mean, it's got the silencer here, so this larger part here is a silencer, so that keeps it nice and quiet, as well as all the padding in the engine. So things I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is the straps. They're not very comfortable, and they do sort of dig into your shoulders a little bit, so you can sort of, after a while, you can feel it, and you do have to sort of adjust it a bit. So the straps, I think on the newer ones they have made better straps for it, I think. So they've kind of just fixed that issue. Again, hip belt and chest belt maybe would help, I'm not too sure. Might make it a bit more comfortable. The weight as well, it weighs 10.1 kilograms, so it's not light at all. So that's another thing I don't really like about it, is the weight, but you know, I'm transitioning from a BG86 handheld leaf blower to a big backpack leaf blower, so the weight is always going to be a lot more. Another thing is fuel. It does drink a lot of fuel, like a lot, which is, you know, is a Formix, so it's kind of to be expected, because it has to not only ignite spark to obviously use the engine, but also has to lubricate the valves as well and lubricate the engine. So that's why a Formix uses more fuel than a two-stroke engine. So fuel wise it is going to cost you a bit, but you know it's got an absolutely ridiculous amount of power, so it's not, you know, it kind of evens itself out, power to fuel, you know, if you know what I mean. So things I like about it, the design of it, it's, you know, not an ugly machine. It's not the nicest looking machine in the world, but all the STIHL gear, it looks professional, you know, it looks smart. Fuel nozzle, nice, easy to access fuel nozzle, I like that. Easy to access the air filter, I like that as well. It's nice, really, really nice and easy to start, so I like that about it. There's a lot I like about this blower. So yeah, it's just generally a really, really good blower, as all of the STIHL products are. They're all amazing. So let me run you through the specs quickly. So 2.7 horsepower engine, producing 64.8 cc, so it's got a lot of power. The bg86 is 27.6 cc, I think. So this is a big step up power wise. 22 newtons blowing force, 93 meters per second airspeed, vibrations 1.4 meters per second, so it's, the vibrations are, they're not that bad, but they're not the best. 10.1 kilogram weight, and a commercial 1-year warranty. So those are an overview of the specs. Noise level of 100 decibels, so it's incredibly quiet. It's really, really quiet, surprisingly quiet when you use it. And I might start it up in a second, show you guys how quiet it actually is. It's really, really quiet, which is a huge benefit of this, because I do a lot of residential work, bigger residential properties where there's quite a bit of leaf blowing. So you're using it for, I think, I was using it a couple of days ago for about an hour straight, just blowing leaves. So noise, you know, it's quieter, so it's sort of better for everybody around. But also when you're using it as well, it's nicer to use. It's not quite as loud, which makes it slightly nicer to use. What else is there really? There's not too much to say about it really. I mean, it does what it's supposed to do perfectly, and it's going to get a lot of use this year. A lot of the properties I do are bigger properties, and the properties I'm picking up are larger properties. So even just for, you know, regular grass cutting, blowing the grass clippings off pavements, it's probably going to get used, because there's some pretty big driveways and paths I do. So it's going to get a lot of use this year. But yeah, there's not too much else to say about it really. It's just generally a really, really, really good blower. And if you were thinking of getting one, I would definitely go and get one. Price wise, on FR Jones and Son, a brand new one of these 500 is about 430. I think from a STIHL dealer, a brand new 500 is about 600, I think. So there's quite a big saving there getting it on FR Jones and Son. So they're not another, you know, bit of kit that's not cheap, but is so handy to have. Even, you know, scarifying, when scarifying, for example, I use this to blow the clippings into a pile. So it's gonna, you know, it's a really handy bit of kit to have. So yeah, I think I've pretty much gone through everything on it. So I would definitely recommend it, definitely. It's not, you know, £400 not cheap to some gardeners. It's quite expensive, but I would definitely recommend it. Or something like, I'd say get something between the 500 and the 800, something in between there. So either the 500, 600, 700 or 800, because you might not need something with that much power now, but if you do scarifying and stuff like that, and slightly large properties and leaf cleanups, especially big properties with a lot of leaves and a lot of trees, later on in the year it will definitely come handy. The extra power will definitely show itself, and you'll be glad you spent the extra to get more with a bit more power. So I'd definitely recommend it. So what I'll do now is I'll start it up and show you how. So this is a cold start, so put it on choke, prime it. I find that about 10 times usually is enough for them to then go first pull. So now should go. So yeah, as you can hear, it's really quiet for a backpack leaf blower. My mate's he's got a McCulloch backpack leaf blower, and his just screams away at you. It's so noisy, and it's got a really horrible high-pitched sound. This has got a much deeper, much deeper sound. I find the Formix engine's nicer sounding. So yeah, I'd highly recommend one. And I'll get some footage of it in use over the next couple of weeks and months. I mean, definitely in autumn there'll be a few videos of it blowing a lot of leaves. So I'll get some videos of it to show you guys as well. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy the video, and I hope you enjoy my review videos, and there'll be some more review videos out soon as well. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you want to see down below in the comments as well. Any feedback you have for me or anything helps, you know. So yeah, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.